Hi, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about actual melody lines. So go ahead and open up FL Studio if you don't have it open already. I'm going to open up what I've been working on in my previous tutorial, which is that basic drum beat that I did cut out the double time part because it sounds kind of awkward and it's not really going to suit us in what we're doing here today. So basically, now what we're going to do is we're going to create our first melody line. So the first thing you're going to do is, already you have pattern 1 up, and that's the drum beat. What you're going to do is click this little plus button right next to it and create a new pattern. And you can just call it melody or whatever. It's not really important what you call it, just make sure you name it something that's easy for you to remember. That way it doesn't get lost in a whole bunch of different patterns. If you create more complicated songs, that can be a real problem. So first things first is you're going to click one of these clips. Top one would be best, so you could tell what's going on. And go to Insert, and then you're going to pick some type of synthesizer. I'm going to use one of the Fruity default ones, just so it's easier to tell what's going on. I'll use Harmless. That sounds it's got some good sounds on it. Let's see what the default sounds like. Yeah, it's kind of basic, but it'll do. So basically down here at the bottom you have the different keys, and these are just different keys on the synth to help you get a little feel for what exactly is going on with it. So open your sequencer again, and you see now that we added the Harmless, it has its own little category right here. And one thing you might notice when you try to use the old method that I just taught you here for this, I guess it sounds okay, but really it's only the middle C that gets played, and it just sounds like crap, and you can't really do anything with it. So there's a different way that you have to do melody lines in Fruity Loops other than just sequencing. And what I want you to do is right click on that Harmless button right there, and then go to Piano Roll and click that. And it opens up this new window. And if you notice over on your left, you have these different notes. One thing that can help if you're a keyboard oriented person and you have some experience with keyboards, if you click this button right here, you can change it so it looks like a keyboard on the side. And this is really a useful tool. What this does is you can compose melody lines using this keyboard, where up and down is the different type of note. So basically if you put something, basically wherever you put it on here controls the pitch of the note, and then left and right controls at what time the note will actually be played when you play it back. So if we wanted to make a really basic melody line in C, just in 4/4 time, we could do something like, and it sounds something like this when we play back. And what I'm going to do right now is just, this tool right here is the select tool, the little box. If you click it, then you can basically highlight anything you have. And then if you go up to Edit, Copy, or Control C, then you can go Edit, Paste, and it'll paste on the first measure right here that is shown in the window. So I have it now twice. I'm going to put it a third time, and then finish it off with something slightly different. So we have a nice little tune there. I just came up with that, so it's not great, but you get the idea. So now if you exit out of that and go back to the step sequencer, you can see right here where usually these little bars are, you have what you just composed on the piano roll show up right here. And that pretty much tells you that it has a MIDI file in it, and that it'll play that MIDI file. So this is a 4-measure little loop right here. It'll just sound like that. And basically that is the easiest way to tell you how to compose different melody lines. The only thing I haven't really told you yet is how to extend these notes, which is very important. So if you want to extend these notes, say you wanted to change the very end of it, all you really have to do is go to the end of it and you get this little double arrow on it, and you can pull it out however far you want. Or however short you want to give it like an arpeggiated feel. And that's basically how you do that. And yeah, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else that would be useful to know. Oh yeah, one other thing. In this piano roll, one other important thing to note is this button right here controls the snap. So if you notice when I was writing notes down, it snaps to, I think it's, looks like 16th notes. I can't really tell. It might be 32nd notes. But anyway, all these little squares in the grid, it'll snap to that. And if you try to move it, you notice the note always stays within those guidelines. So what you can do is change, yes, half step now. So you can change it to step. And if you notice, the subdivisions get smaller. And so you can change it again. Just do like one beat. So that'll be quarter notes. And also you can get pretty crazy and do like a third step if you want to do triplets. Or something crazier. You can even turn it completely off if you want to, if you just like none. And that allows for completely free range. I don't really recommend this though unless you really know what you're doing, because generally it's going to be off beat and sound kind of weird. So that is basically it. So I hope you all took that in and were able to understand me fairly clearly. Feel free to pause it at any time, go back if you feel like you missed something. I think I explained everything clearly. Just let me know if I didn't. And happy Fruity Looping. In next tutorial, I'll try to show you guys how to bring this all together and make an actual song out of it.